How's it going? Merry Christmas and welcome to the Liberty Bowl. So today we are going to be talking about teachers, the danger of them. All right. So as I mentioned before, back in June, this is quite a common thing. It's, basically at any given time, you could fucking just type into Google teacher arrested, and you're going to come up with an entire fucking list from the past week of teachers that have been arrested for sexual misconduct with children and, or what have you, And essentially that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be kind of scrolling through a couple different stories. We're going to check a couple of them out, and we're going to talk about the dangers of teachers these fucking days. All right, so I am feeling a bit under the weather, chest a little bit.
And then the smoke got me. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
But so we're not going to be ripping a bong per se, but we're going to go ahead and rip this pipe bowl real quick. All right, watch out for your kids, people. It's dangerous out there.
Well, let me run it down to you, communist, homosexual, faggot, dipshit, motherfucker. Fuck you, that's why. 'Cause fuck you, that's why. 'Cause helmets suck, that's why. And commies like you swallow, that's why. Fuck Pete Wilson, that's why. Fuck Dick Floyd, that's why.
So back during Pride Month, back in June, I was doing a whole bunch of these, stories about, teachers getting arrested for, inappropriate relationships with students, all this and that type of stuff. And I basically made the statement that at any given time, you could go ahead and just type into Google teacher arrested, and you're going to get an entire list of every teacher that was arrested for sexual misconduct with students during that week. And lo and behold, here, let's go ahead and check it out. All right. Hale Center teacher arrested, charged with improper relationship. All right. And another thing that you are going to definitely notice, which is very kind of disturbing to me, is all of these are all going to be from local news sources or, tabloids or what the fuck ever. It's never mainstream. It's never national news. It's never a big deal. Right. Nobody seems to give a shit about, whenever teachers are having inappropriate relationships with students. So it rarely gets, brought to the actual mainstream media, even though, as you can see, it happens basically, it occurs almost every day. And that's probably one of the reasons why it doesn't really get reported, because it's such a common thing. And that's a pretty disturbing to think about, right? All right, so this teacher, Amy Gill, let's see what she did. So officials released information Wednesday about the arrest of a teacher in Hale Center ISD. On December 16th, the Hale Center ISD superintendent reported allegations of an improper student-teacher relationship. A warrant was obtained on December 20th, 2022 for Amy Gill, 46, for improper relationship between educator student, and she was arrested the same day and booked into the Hale County Jail, a press release for the Hale County Sheriff's Office said. Gilly was a teacher at the high school, according to her Facebook page. Her state education certificate is for art in grades K through 12. She remained in jail on Wednesday on a $20,000 bond. Right, $20,000 bond. So ultimately, she has to get 10% of that. So it's about $2,000, and she has to, get a family member to put up a fucking car or a house or what the fuck ever. And then essentially, she's walking free. But either way, it really doesn't matter, because this apparently is not a prisonable offense. It's not, something that it's literally a slap on the fucking wrist. It's literally, they're going to get put on some sort of fucking watch list, and that's going to be about the end of it. They're going to be put on a watch list. They're going to be put on probation for a little bit. They're going to, I don't know, they're going to have to fucking go around and knock on their neighbors' doors and tell them, what kind of disgusting fucking deviance they've done in the past. And essentially that is going to be the end of it. All is forgiven, whatever. We're not going to bring it up again. So Canyon Lake teacher arrested in November for alleged inappropriate relationship with a 15-year-old student, reports say. I actually did read this one earlier. It is a 15-year-old male student, because, of course, first thing I was thinking is this, she got to be like a LGBTQ studies teacher or some shit like that. But it's it does say down the line a little bit that it was a male student. But let's go ahead and kind of read a little bit on this one. So, a former teacher at Canyon Lake High School was arrested on November 14th for an alleged inappropriate relationship with a 15-year-old student. Devin Hooper, 38, was booked into Como County Jail and released the same day on a charge of improper relationship between educator and student, court records show. like I said, released the same day. This person didn't even have to fucking post bail or anything like that. They were just released on their own recognizance, right? So the Herald Zeitung reported that Hooper sent the victim explicit photographs and messages for at least a month. There were several mentions of sexual acts, meetings outside of school, and touching, according to a criminal complaint obtained by the paper. Hooper also allegedly sent photos of herself in lingerie to the victim. Hooper was also reportedly the victim's teacher this year and had also been the victim's teacher the year prior. Canyon Lake High School principal Mr. Oberholzer said Hooper resigned prior to being arrested, and the district waited to notify parents about the allegations until after the investigation was concluded. Right. How would you feel if you were a parent at this school and they felt that, we're going to wait until this investigation wraps up before we let you guys know that, basically a teacher is over there fucking students, right? And again, this, like I said, it's basically a daily occurrence, it seems like. I mean, like I say, these are all, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 1 day ago. Let's see what this one is. Mercerville Elementary School teacher arrested for giving 13-year-old drugs and alcohol. Shocking, right? Let's check out this one. Police from Mercerville Elementary School. Teacher arrested for giving 13-year-old drugs and alcohol. A teacher at Mercerville Elementary School has been removed from the classroom after being arrested for giving 13-year-old drugs and alcohol, authorities say. Fifth grade teacher Jennifer Dibiek, 39, was arrested on Tuesday, according to an investigation by the Mercer County prosecutor. She had been providing vodka, vape pens, and THC drops to the 13-year-old boy for 2.5 years. Right now, I mean, look at this teacher. I mean, she's obviously a piece of fucking human garbage, piece of fucking shit for going after children and shit like that. But at the same time, she doesn't need to be going after fucking children. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this? And she was his fifth grade teacher prior, 2.5 years prior, and this relationship has seemingly been going on for 2.5 years, right? What the fuck is these people's problems that they out of whatever the fuck it is that they feel that the need to seek reassurance or seek fucking affirmation in children. What the fuck is wrong with these people, man? I don't know. I simply don't understand it, right? So the information came to light reportedly after the child's mother found text messages on her son's phone and contacted the police. Dibiek was immediately suspended from teaching, and the superintendent of schools told parents that the district has filed the necessary paperwork to fire her. Superintendent Dr. Scott Rocco sent a message to the school community stating, "The alleged incident is so far removed from the expectations we have for professional and personal conduct of an employee, and they go against our primary responsibility of providing our students with a safe environment." News 12 has sent a message to the Hamilton Township Education Association to find out if they are representing DBEC in this manner. Anyone with information is asked to call these motherfuckers, right? So again, it's this chick does not need to be going after fucking 10-year-old boys, right? There is something clearly going on up in this region that is not right. Something is fucking, the screws are loose up there, and this, like as I mentioned several times already, is not uncommon. I would even be willing to go out on a limb and say that some type of this relationship is happening at every single fucking school in America. Public, private, charter, it doesn't fucking matter. Every single fucking school in America, I'd be willing to fucking put money on it. There is some shit like this going on with a teacher and a student, even if it's just fucking one, even if it's just an isolated incident. I'd be willing to fucking put money on it that this is happening at every goddamn school here in America. And as a parent, that is what really worries me the most. And that's, one of the main reasons why I do this show. That's one of the main reasons why I have this channel. I mean, it's come to a point where you can't even trust your kids going to public school anymore. You can't trust, of course, public schools have never been the best place for your kids, but at the same time, it's schools. These are supposed to be safe places for kids. Granted, yeah, maybe the kids are supposed, in public schools are a little bit more rowdy than, the other kids in private schools or charter schools, things like that. But ultimately, the last people that they should have to worry about is the goddamn teachers. And that's not the case anymore, as this is happening all over the goddamn country. All right, let's take a look at some of these ones. All right, so Robertsdale teacher arrested accused of having sexual contact with multiple students. Robertsdale police. So officials with the Robertsdale Police Department said they have arrested a teacher at a Robertsdale school for having sexual contact with a whole bunch of fucking students, right? Port Huron High teacher charged with attempted criminal sexual conduct. BMS teacher charged in fatal hit and run. Ooh, that's a not exactly sexual misconduct, but still, that's a rough, That's ultimately, could happen to anybody. Ultimately, the teacher ran, still a piece of fucking shit, right? So, warrant reveals details after the Hale Center teacher arrested, charged with improper relationship with student. Back to this Robertsdale culinary arts teacher. See, page 2, Kent High School teacher arrested for investigation of sexual. The teacher is not being named by the Kent report because as of December 19th, he has not yet been formally charged, Kent School District officials say. All right, this is from 4 days ago. 2 days ago, warrant reveals details. All right, that's another one. All right. 2 days ago, former Rockwood teacher charged with sexually exploiting a teen. Jesus Christ, from 2 days ago. Let's go ahead and... All right, geez, this one's fucking 2 days ago for sexually exploiting a teen. I don't know. I actually haven't read this one yet, so let's go ahead and see what the fuck is going on here. Former Rockwood teacher charged with sexually exploiting a teen. Clayton, a former high school teacher, was charged in St. Louis County Tuesday with sexually exploiting a 16-year-old girl. Joseph Katowski, 40, a teacher at Lafayette High School in Rockwood School District from 2017 to 2020, is also charged with possession of child pornography and second-degree promoting of child pornography. Authorities say Gutowski set up a video to record a girl in his home performing sex acts, and then sent the video to others. Dude has the exact face of a chomo. Like, if you were to, paint or draw a picture of what a fucking child molester would look like, it's this guy right here, right? So while authorities do not believe there are additional victims at the high school, the school's district superintendent, Curtis Kane, sent a message to parents on Tuesday about the charges. Kane noted all teachers must pass a background check upon hiring. He also said the district was fully cooperating with the investigation. I know that any allegation of this type is very troubling news to process, and we share your concern as parents and educators, he told parents in a letter. I am truly sorry that our community will be impacted by this negative news. So really, he's just upset that the school and the school district and all that shit is going to have a negative light on him. That's really what they're fucking saying. These superintendents, these fucking principals, all these people, they don't really give a shit. They don't care about the actual fucking students. All they care about is their fucking government funding. All they care about is their saving face, looking good, this and that bullshit, fucking critical race theory, all this and that type shit, these fucking gender affirmation fucking type shit. I mean, sex ed nowadays is not even about sexual education. It's not about reproductive health. It's literally fucking about methods and fucking procedures. Like, it's gone from fucking education to indoctrination in such a blatant way that it's completely mind-boggling to believe that our government not only allows this but encourages this. All right, and as a parent, I mean, I know I am fucking terrified about sending my damn kids to school. Of course, this also falls on us parents too. We also have to educate our children about the dangers of people like this. We have to make sure that they know a dude wearing glasses like this, looking like this. Yeah, you don't want the fucking after school tutoring. All right, I don't know. It's a fucked up situation, but it's really important to be able to actually look at all this type of shit and realize that it is actually out there. I mean, as a parent, my number one concern is always going to be my kids. And of course, my kids are not quite school age yet, but they will be coming up on it very soon. And, this type of shit is the type of shit that is going to land me with a fucking murder charge. And then how am I going to protect my kids then? All right. So let's go ahead and get into some final thoughts real quick. And then we'll go ahead and get up out of here. All right. So we see that this is not a very uncommon thing. We see that this generally happens almost on a daily basis, at a minimum a weekly basis. As I was showing you back in June during the whole Pride Month, it even happens during fucking summer vacation, right? So it used to be that back in the day, you didn't even know your fucking teacher's name. If you saw them outside of fucking school, it was, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing here? You shop at Walmart too? What the hell? It was awkward, right? You weren't like this with your teachers, right? You weren't like this with your teachers either. I mean, of course, sure, that probably was going on in my day as well. Just, it doesn't seem like to the degree that it is now. At the same time, it doesn't seem like it was accepted to the extent that it is now. As I mentioned, almost basically all of these, every single one of these, actually, I don't think there was a single one that was a major national news, source. All of these are all just small local community, events, things that only the community cares about. It doesn't ever make national headlines. And essentially the charges for them are never really that bad. there's a very minimal prison time unless it's something, extremely heinous. And then a lot of time, if it is something extremely heinous, it's not much, it's essentially a slap on the wrist and you were free to repeat again. I remember, back in the day, I was a manager at a food place, and I had this guy in there, and I was admittedly a fucking dick to him. The reason is because I had found out that this guy had been charged not once, but twice with sexual molestation of a child. Furthermore, I also found out that this guy has never spent one day in jail. And me, after just doing 2 years for, drug-related charges, I was a bit salty. But it really did kind of put into perspective how our judicial system prioritizes things, right? Ultimately, the best solution is going to be for us as parents to educate our kids better than the actual schools are going to educate our kids, which also means that we have to educate ourselves in the process. You should never ever stop learning. And we as a society, with our judicial system, we need to start imposing stiffer and harsher, much harsher penalties on anything sexual involving children, just any sort of sexual predator in general, in my opinion. That we need much stiffer penalties for these people, so that way there's an actual fear of repercussions and consequences of their deviant actions. So essentially, the problem is really on us to really watch out for our kids, and it's on us as a society to finally put our foot down and understand that this sort of deviance, these fucking, drag queen story hours for children, take these parents that willingly take their kids to these actual fucking indoctrination shows, these hypersexualized fucking drag shows. Something needs to change in society, whether it's legal, which, of course, I'm really against, governments imposing on parents' choices and things like that, because I believe that, ultimately children are the parents solely. The government should not be stepping in, fucking taking over. But ultimately, there is times when it is necessary, in cases of extreme abuse, in cases of fucking sexual abuse. There is times that, the government needs to step in. Unfortunately, they seem to have lost any semblance of a moral compass here in the United States government, especially in the bureaus of investigation. They seem to be a bit more preoccupied with, preserving their power and eliminating their political rivals. So essentially, the weight falls on us as parents. The weight falls on us as a community to say, no, we've had enough of this. These are our children. These are not your fucking children. These are not your fucking, the teacher's children. This is not the school's children. It's not the community's fucking children. You as a parent, you are the sole proprietor and arbiter of what your children get into. And again, I know it's fucking hard, but essentially, I don't know. If you can, try to arm them with, better knowledge. Try to, teach them about stranger danger. Trying to teach them about fucking inappropriate activities with adults. Try and teach them the signs to look for when, an adult is trying to be inappropriate with them, and essentially, I don't know, how to be safe in fucking school now. All right. Well, that's about all. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video out, help spread the message of how common this is in our schools. Spread it to all these fucking other parents out there. I appreciate you guys. Fuck off.